It's the plug daughter, and I just jumped off the porch with dirty glove bastard.
Bending it over and throwing it back. Busting it open, might throw a stack. Standing ovation when she make it clap. Respect to the strippers that stay in the trap.
All right, so we got the plug daughter off the porch with us today.
Yes, sir.
How you feeling today?
I feel good. I'm ready to eat, but I feel good.
Well, we'll get you some food after this, but appreciate you coming by today. What else are you working on here in Atlanta during this trip?
I'll be recording tomorrow. We got a few sessions tomorrow, I believe, in the studio. Then I just want to shop because North Carolina stores, they suck. So I love coming to Atlanta to shop. Lennox got everything.
Okay. You come out here to Atlanta pretty often?
Whenever I can. Not often, but like recently I've been coming whenever I can.
Okay. All right. So what's life like in Raleigh?
It has its days. You know, I honestly, since the whole pandemic, I've been going to Frankie's all the time. Frankie's is like my favorite spot to go to. And there's this bowling place called Stars and Stripes. So we go there all the time. I'm always bowling. I honestly don't see how, but I'm always there.
What was your childhood like growing up there?
I was such a tomboy. Oh my goodness. I got in so many fights in Raleigh, like fighting, basketball, just doing hood rat stuff with my friends.
Yeah. Did you go to college?
No, I did not. I graduated from high school, Athens Drive High School in Raleigh.
Okay.
But I didn't go to college.
What'd you do after high school?
I became a dancer, and then maybe 2 years after that, I started doing music, and then it's just been going from there. It's been great, honestly.
Okay. So how'd you get into dancing?
To be honest, when I first decided I wanted to be a dancer, my mom, she was having like money issues and stuff. So I was working at the hospital and I wasn't making enough. So I just decided like I need to do something for my family to help my mom out because I didn't like to see her struggling. So I was like, Mom, I'm about to go to the strip club. She like, you go to a strip club, you got to get out of my house. I'm like, yeah, all right, whatever. So go to the strip club, came back, and I just, poured out all my money from my money bag, and she started rolling around in it, playing around with money. And I'm like, so what you say now? And then from there, it was just like, I felt good being able to provide for my family. And then that's just how that came about.
How long did you dance for?
I wasn't very consistent when I danced. So I would dance about 6 months and then I'd stop for long periods of time. Then I just get back into it whenever I felt like it. It is not as easy as everybody make it seem. It is it's some hard work. Okay.
Some physical labor.
A lot. And then you got to deal with, like men, they get on power trip. They think they can talk to you however. So it's a very competitive world. It's a different world. The females are like very catty sometimes. Yeah. So it's kind of hard. Like if you built for it, you built for it. If you're not, just get a job.
What was one of the wildest things you've seen while at the club?
The wildest things I've seen. Some wild stuff go down in the strip club. I will say though, this guy, I used to wear my natural hair all the time in the strip club. And he thought it was a fake, like a puff ball. So he tries to yank my hair and like he pulls my hair. And I'm like, yo, what the heck? So then he's like, oh, I apologize. And just gave me like a couple hundreds. And was just like, I'm sorry. And I'm like, why would you do that? Like, even if it wasn't my real hair, like if it was fake, I mean, why would you want to embarrass me like that?
Yeah. So
I just thought that was weird.
Yeah, that's very weird.
Very.
What's the most money you ever made in one night?
$2,500. So like I said, I wasn't a consistent dancer. I'm sure I could have made more. But Black Youngster came in there and he was just making it rain. So I was like, okay.
How long ago did you stop dancing?
It's been like a year and some change since I've danced.
Okay.
So yeah, it's been like a year. Since I know when I signed to Carolina North, not too long after that, I stopped dancing. So it's been like a year.
Okay. What would you say is one of the biggest life lessons you learned?
Biggest life lessons, like in the strip club?
Just in life. Just in living.
Biggest life. I would say, like now, me being a part of the internet and stuff like that, you can't get upset about like what people say about you because people are going to form their own opinions based off of anything that they see. So I could post a 5-second video with my son and everybody's like, oh, you're a terrible mom. Why would you let your son say a bad word? Or why would you do this? And it's just like, you guys don't know my parenting outside of the internet. So you just got to like you gotta have tough skin. You just gotta ignore people on the internet because people are gonna say whatever.
Yeah. Did it take you a while to get used to that?
At first, I was just kind of like, why are people so negative? So I would post something in like a positive light, and people would find something to like say about it negatively. So I think it took me about the first 2 times I went viral. I would say I learned about the second time. So after that, I was just like, whatever. It's the internet. They can't fight in real life, so I ain't worried about it.
Yeah. What were the videos that you went viral with?
So the first video that ever went viral, I was actually at a kickback, and it was just like a regular video. I was wearing a dress, and this dude, like, I asked him to take a picture of me, and he like, oh, you look so good. Like, this is going viral tonight. And he just kept like hyping me up. So seeing like over 2 million people like, oh my gosh, she is so pretty. Like, just saying all of these things. It was just like, dang, like, wow. Cause at first I was like super insecure. So then I just got a sudden boost. Like, everything just started changing for me. And then now, like, I do music. So I feel really, really confident in myself.
Yeah. The second video, was that the balloon trick that you did?
No.
I saw that on the page.
The second video, I think the second video was my son and I was at the nail shop, and like he was trying to do the whoa, and my son can't dance at all. He has no rhythm. So it just went viral because everybody was like, oh, he's so cute. And then other people are like, oh, you a bad mom. Why you got him in a nail shop? I was like, Lord, like, you want me to leave him at home by himself or something? I don't know. But yeah, that was the second video. The balloon video is probably like the 5th, 6th, maybe.
Oh, so you've been going viral.
Yes. It's been happening. Like, once you go viral, people are like watching, like they just waiting for something else for you to post.
Yeah. Do you expect to go viral at this moment, just by whatever you post? Or
no.
Is it always a surprise?
It's always a surprise. Well, the balloon video was intentional. That was definitely intentional. But anything else I post is just like, it's just me, like, just on the internet.
Yeah. All right. So how long have you been making music now?
November 22nd, I believe, will make a year.
Really? That's it?
Yep.
Okay.
I know, it's like moving so fast.
So what had inspired you to start at first?
What? I mean, I used to do poetry. So I tell everybody, like, I never saw myself doing music. My manager just kind of like reached out to me. And I thought it was a joke because he's like, yeah, you want to sign to my label? And like, I'm just like, because at the time I was working at the strip club when he said that, but he's seen a video that I posted of me like doing music. So I'm like, this is strip club talk. Like, I'm not going to talk to this man ever again after he leaves. So I give him my number or whatever. He leaves. I don't hear from him for like a year. And I get a random call. This dude's like, hey, I'm ready, to sign you to my label, such and such and such. When can we meet? I'm looking at my phone. I'm like, who is this playing on my phone? So it takes me a minute to like realize like, oh snap, this is the guy that I met in the club. And then I was just like, I'm ready. And I think we met up the next day or like within that week, and we got in the studio, and I just started going from there. Yeah. And then like I turned writing poetry into making music.
So did it come natural for you?
Yeah, it did.
Yeah.
It did. I would say like the first day in the studio, I was like super nervous. And I didn't like show out how I felt like I should have, and I didn't show him like I'm talented, like I can write. But then like I think the next time we got in the studio, then I really just started like showing him like I got this, like I can do this. Yeah.
So were your friends and family, were they surprised when you popped up and hey, I'm rapping now?
They didn't believe me at first.
For real?
Yeah. So like I'm like, yeah, mom, like I gotta get a lawyer, I gotta look over this contract. She like, what are you talking about? I'm like, I'm about to do music. She like, girl, my mom was a hater. My mom is such a hater. I love her though. But she's like, whatever. And then, the whole like the process, like getting a lawyer, looking over everything. So I was still in shock myself because I'm like, I'm really going through with this. Like I'm about to do this. And then my family, they're just like, they're supportive. So they're just like, do your thing. Like if this is what you want to do it. And then I wasn't expecting everything to happen as fast as it's been going. But I'm just like, it's moving.
Yeah.
It's moving fast. I'm here. I'm on the porch.
So how'd you come up with the Plug Daughter?
So initially, I was a Kevin Gates fan, right?
Okay.
He was the first one really was like open about eating booty. I'm like,
that made you a fan?
I'm like, oh yeah, Kevin Gates a real one. So he came up with the song, the Plug Daughter, and I made that my Instagram name. And then from there, it just kind of like stuck. So when my manager like reached out, he's like, yeah, the Pug Daughter, that's a cool name. That should be a stage name. And then it went from there.
Yeah. And your music is pretty aggressive. Where does that aggression come from?
I'm a Southside baby, exit 300, State Street, Brad Street, you know, all that. So I grew up in the hood, and it's just like some of the stuff I rap about, or some of the stuff I talk about is like stuff that I've seen, stuff that I've experienced, or people that I'm close to that I know like have actually done some of these things. And then like, of course, being in the strip club world, like I said, that's a really catty world. So I talk about like strip clubs a lot because that's the environments that I'm used to.
Yeah. So besides Kevin Gates, who else did you grow up listening to?
I grew up listening to like Lauryn Hill, Lyfe Jennings, stuff like that. So that's why it's so funny that I write this type of music now, because when I wrote poetry, that is not, this was like not what I was writing about.
So what's the music scene like in Raleigh?
Music scene in Raleigh. It's a lot of people that do music in Raleigh. Toosii is probably like one of the most, you know, he's like hometown hero in Raleigh. He's from New York, I think, but you know, he represents for Raleigh sometimes. Music in Raleigh, I don't know, you don't really hear about a lot of artists that are like big that are coming out of Raleigh. So I hope I'm like another one that can do that.
Yeah. Do you get a lot of support in your city?
I actually do. Surprisingly, I do get a lot of support in Raleigh. So, you know, when I get on, I'm gonna come back. I gotta support the hood. But I do get a lot of love.
Why do you think people overlooked North Carolina until recently?
I said, why do I think they overlooked?
Yeah, the talent out there.
That's a good question. Like, I'm just now getting in tune with music myself, so I honestly wouldn't even be able to answer that. I feel like now, though, since, like I said, you know, Tootsie is doing his thing, I feel like a lot of people are looking. And then J. Cole is from Fayetteville, which is not too far, so I feel like a lot of people, it started with J. Cole. And then I know we have like Rhapsody, she's from North Carolina, and Tootsie and everybody else. So I think more people are just looking because of all of the talent that's coming from there. So now they're trying to scout, you know, more talent.
Yeah. All right. What can you tell us about your debut project, Glocks Gloss?
Glocks Gloss. Self-explanatory, lip gloss, guns, you know. What can I tell you? This is my first EP. I was like super nervous to drop it, but also super excited because I've never actually dropped a whole project. So this is my first official one. I've been getting a lot of like great feedback from it. So I'm excited to like put more projects out and see how I like progress over time. My favorite song up there is Problems. My favorite dancing song is Fuck It Up. Cause I love to dance. It's a lot. It's very diverse. So I got, you know, rapping songs up there, singing, stuff like that, because I'm just very diverse artist.
Yeah, Problems, that's more of a R&B song, you could say. So what can you tell us about Problems? What are you singing about on there?
Problems, like I was going through a breakup, honestly, and I just wrote it because I had some things that I needed to deal with that I wasn't ready to deal with at the time. Some things that I should have sacrificed for my relationship, but I was just like, it ain't it, so you got to go. So I just wrote that. And then somebody, like this guy I was dealing with after my breakup, he was just like there for emotional support. And he literally said to me, he's like, you know, I know you got issues and stuff like that, but like, I'm ready to help you through all of those things. And I'm like, dang, like I'm treating him so bad. He don't deserve that. But like, I wasn't looking for a relationship at the time, and I was just kind of like trying to do my own thing. My other favorite song on my project is Henny In My System. And that's actually been getting, you know, radio play and stuff like that. So I'm very excited about that. My mom called me crying. She's like, oh my God, like you on the radio. So I'm getting emotional now, but I'm like so happy with everything.
Is that song pretty self-explanatory?
Yeah,
Henny
In My System. You know, drinking. It's funny, I don't even drink.
I was
like,
gonna, you don't even drink. I thought you were gonna say you don't even drink candy. You don't drink at all?
I mean, I might sip a little, like, but I'm not a drinker. I don't smoke. I'm not a drinker. Like 1 shot, 2 shots in, I'm already drunk. So it's just funny that I wrote that song. I think I was sitting at a table and I seen a Henny bottle and I'm just like, Henny In My System, you know. And then in the shooting the music video, I wanted to pour like sweet tea in the Henny glass, but I was actually drinking Hennessy, so I was a little faded, but you know.
Really?
It was so funny because I'm like, oh my gosh. And they're like, no, you got to drink it, like make it look real. So yeah, that was a fun video shoot.
So what was it like working with Tootsie on Fuck It Up?
Oh man, that night it was super cold. So we shot the video, I think it was like 30 something degrees outside. I'm wearing like booty shorts and boots. Like I was freezing. And I know like when he came in the studio, he came in there, he just like freestyled his verse. He was out. So I was like, wow, like that's what I aspire to be. I'm not a freestyler for the most part. Excuse me. I write everything. Like I can freestyle in my head for about 2 minutes, but like I don't think I'm confident enough yet to just like, spit some bars because I feel like I'm gonna say something stupid. But he came in, he did his thing, and we shot the video. So everything just like, I think all of that happened within like 2 months.
Oh wow!
So it was fast.
Yeah. So how has the feedback been on this project so far?
So far, I've been hearing nothing but great things. Like everybody likes the diversity. I think the two highest played songs are "Fuck It Up" and this other song "Slippery" that's on there. So I mean.
You gonna shoot a video for that one then?
Yes, I want to.
Okay.
Definitely want to. Yeah. We have some of the projects, we already have video shot for them, but we just haven't released them yet.
Okay. Gotcha. All right, so what can you tell us about Plugged In Boutique?
Oh yes, so that's my boutique. I sell clothing items up there. This is like our official, this is like our first time doing this too. So it's just everything is like, it's like a trial and error kind of thing. We're just venturing out, trying to do different things. I love the clothes up there, honestly. Like, I was gonna wear them to one of my shows. Like, I love them. So y'all need to shop with me. Plug.
All right. So is there a website people can go for the boutique? Yes,
the website is called getyouplugged.com. The Instagram is plugged.in.boutique. So shop with me, you know.
All right. So what has being a mother taught you about life?
Well, of course, having a child, like nobody comes before my son, like at all. I make sure my son is straight before I make sure before anything, I make sure my child is straight. Being a mom taught me patience, definitely love, because I'm gonna be honest, like before that, I was just kind of like a jerk to guys. But having a child just made me like love way harder. Like that's some, I don't know how to explain it. Like being pregnant with him and like carrying him and then seeing him, like when I first laid my eyes on him, I'm like, how do I love somebody that like I just met? And it's just like, it's like a bond that's just not something I can't explain. Something I could never explain. But I just know I love being a mom. I wouldn't change it.
Yeah. All right, so I gotta ask, why did Webbie block you?
Okay, so let's talk about that. There are so many fake pages of me. My only Instagram is the.plug.daughter, right? And so people have been making fake pages of me and I guess arguing with celebrities. So somebody says to Webbie, Boosie don't have neighbors, but you do. And then they use like a picture of me standing outside of some apartments. And then like everybody in the comments like, girl, you live in an apartment complex. Like you got neighbors up, left, right, down, saying all this stuff. First of all, I got a house, so let's not go there. But yeah, so, they just going back and forth with Webbie. So I mentioned Webbie and I'm like, hey, that's not me. That's somebody pretending to be me. He like, bitch, suck a bloom and get that, whatever mixtape he promoting. I'm like, okay, like, I don't know what you going through right now, but okay. And that was just that. And then like he blocked me.
He blocked you after he
Yeah, so it was weird. It was so weird. I was just like, what the fuck? I honestly, I don't know why people hate me so much, or I don't know why they want to be me so bad, but that's weird.
So were people tagging you on the fake page? Is that how you saw it?
Yeah, so like people were like sending in my DM, and then other people were like, yo, bro, that's a troll page. Like you wasting your time. And then I know he deleted both of the posts and then blocked me. And I'm like, I didn't even have anything to do with it. I'm just trying to clear my name.
You can't tell who's who.
Right. I'm just trying to clear my name. Like, I don't want, in the future, people like, ain't you the girl that was arguing with Webbie? Like, no, that's not me. But whatever, it is what it is. He's not the first person to block me. So.
Who else has blocked you? Any other celebrities?
Yeah, I don't want to name drop, but you know who you is. Yeah, a few of them done blocked me and I don't know why. Or maybe their wife did it. I don't know. But yeah.
right. What else you working on? You working on a new project now?
Yeah, so actually tomorrow I will be in a studio out here in Atlanta. I will be recording some more things. I've been writing some more stuff. So hopefully I can go ahead and like knock that out. Hopefully we'll see how everything goes. So we're only here for 2 days. So
okay.
We're just trying to do as much as we can.
Yeah. All right. So who are some of the producers or features you've been working with lately?
So since I'm up here, I'll actually be working with somebody called Sky Nizzy. His name is Sky Nizzy. He's worked with like Justin Timberlake and stuff like that. So I'm super excited to work with him. I'm just ready to see how this will go because he's great. He's a great writer too. So
that's major.
Yes, definitely.
All right. All right. Any last words and shout outs before we wrap it up?
Last words. I have a show November 14th at Paris Lounge. That's on a Saturday. I'll be opening for Fujiano. Also shout out Raleigh, shout out my hometown, Exit 300. You already know what's going on. But that's it. That's all I got.
Bending it over and throwing it back. Busting it open, might throw her a stack. Standing ovation when she make it clap. Respect to the strippers that stay in the trap. Whistle, whistle while you twerk something. High money to your thumb.